Ready, if you're ready. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Welcome to the August Tourism Meeting. I'd like to welcome visitors. We have Terry, Ashley, and Scotty Cantway. The mayor's here as always. Thanks for being with us. Take a minute to review the minutes from last month, if you would do so, please. If you haven't had a chance to do so, I should say. And after doing so, we'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
I make a motion.
First by Lyndall, second by Anthony. Joyce, are you in favor?
I am.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. Financial reports.
Keep in mind, if y'all don't mind, the restaurant tax, I have not backed up anything. Everything that came in July, obviously, a lot of that was June's. So when I do my journal entries at the end of this week to back them up, June's will go back to June.
Okay.
So that number, that 111,000, that will change, because a lot of that
inflated, yeah.
is June's revenue. So it'll go back, but it gives you an idea how much we're getting each month anyway, if you keep it all in there, so.
No, thanks.
You're welcome.
Were there any-
Sabrina has also included the cash in hand.
Saw
Yeah,
that.
cash and cash equivalents and your bond.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's good to know. Financials are pretty cut and dry, I believe. Were there any questions or comments on them?
No,
Hearing none, we'll take a motion to approve the financial report.
I'll make a motion.
Joyce first.
Second.
Anthony with second. All in favor with the sign of aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. Moving right along to old business.
Okay.
Elsa?
East Main Market, I think it was a very successful season, so Danielle is already planning on starting to scout for bands for the 2024 season. Just want to confirm that you guys are still good with going with 2 events for the months of June, July, and August.
I think it's a good idea. So it seemed to work better?
I think so.
Like that?
I think it went good. She's still trying to iron out the details with vendors and times to try to get a crowd there
Mm-hmm.
earlier.
How's it attended through the day? I mean, light, I assume.
I think it's pretty light. There's some days it's, it picks up a little more based off of weather. It'll just have to catch on, I think, when people start realizing more.
Right.
Well, I noticed there's a lot of good comments about it each time on Facebook, and I think that's positive. People seem like they really appreciate it. And
Always a
also
good
the
time.
gospel on Friday night, so I think it's
Yeah,
been a
Elsa,
good
you were saying
season.
it was very well attended, right?
All 3 gospel concerts were really, really successful. So I
Great.
look forward to having those next year, maybe even more.
Yeah.
First Baptist and Darren Whiteley and his wife Dee Dee are both interested in continuing to partner.
Okay.
Good.
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 Keep it going.
Okay, so that takes us to Retail Coach. We had a Zoom Hotel Trends meeting last week, and I only got to catch half of that because we were at the Kentucky State Fair, but it is downloaded, so I'll send you guys the link so everyone can watch it.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep going.
How about it?
We're going to turn it over to Tammy with Parks and Rec, but first I wanted to go over pickleball. We had previously approved $87,000 for 4 courts, but since then, the bids came in, and that was $53,273.46. They are going to open bids on Friday for fencing, but the quote was $12,000. Benches were $5,778, leaving the total at $71,051.46. So it's under what we approved originally just for the 4 courts. My question is, do we want to go on and approve paying for all of it since it's still under?
What are your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I think we've already approved that.
Yeah, we
More than
We
approved
approved the
87.
amount,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
believe it was 87, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I thought that's what we approved.
And this will have it done.
Right, and it'll
All of
include
We've-
everything.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
Okay.
okay
Do you
with
need-
it.
I'm okay with it.
We don't need a motion for that, do we, since we've already approved it?
okay.
Okay.
I've included Tammy's notes. It looks like a second agenda with blue typing. And then I'll turn it over to you, Tammy, if they have any questions or anything to add.
I don't know if you got a chance to read it or not.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Of course, fall ball is a success so far. We're able to do a few teams, and we're partnered with Caneyville, so we'll be playing with Caneyville teams so that they could also have a season
When does that season start, do you know?
tonight.
Oh, tonight,
Yeah,
all right.
our first game's tonight, yeah. And due to the delay, shirts kind of weren't ordered until Friday. So unfortunately, their first couple of games, they won't have their jerseys.
How long will that season run?
6
Like
weeks.
6 weeks.
Do I,
Well, I mean, if you guys don't have any questions about her notes, we can move on, but we do need to talk about the pool pumps.
yes.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Scotty, Terry, or you guys, or do you want me to just kind of go
Before
over-
we start on that, and I know he's going to get mad at me for saying this, but if it weren't for Terry, you guys have no idea the work that he has done to keep this pool open. So if it wasn't for him, we probably would have shut down a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
He has worked really hard, and he has probably worried more than I have about things running over there. But I just wanted to give a shout out that, how much I appreciate him and all that he has done for LAC.
Thank you. We appreciate it also.
Yes, thank you.
Good work. Sounds like the floor is yours, Terry.
Terry, I know that my commission hasn't seen your face, most of them, but you're definitely talked about, and we know your worth.
It's always good.
We had a VFD went bad. Had babysit it.
What is
kick
that, a
off.
pump?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got one pump runs from the day it starts, or we get water in, runs 24/7. But like, if we could get a pump on hand, or the motor, in case it does go bad, because it will take 2 or 3 weeks to get it, and if this pump ain't running, the pool ain't gonna work.
Right. How much you think that pump is? Have you looked
I've
into
got
that?
2 quotes on it. Here.
So this would really just be a backup motor for the pump in the event that it were to fail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The VFD that went bad, I had to, just every little bit, it kick off, kick back on, so we finally got one in. But we ordered one, come to Chicago, got there, wrong one. So, with this pump, if we got it on hand, if it went down today, we should be able to get it in, back up tomorrow.
Without
running.
missing a beat, really. So you provided 2 bids here, or 2 quotes, I guess. One's, just for the records, $2,695,
And,
and the other's $4,679.
yeah, that Pro Source out of Tennessee.
Are these equal pumps?
Yeah,
I guess?
same, I sent them the same information.
Okay.
Roughly $2,000 difference in the
That's-
price?
That's a big difference.
But, if I could've got the VFD that was original there,
Mm-hmm.
me and Scotty could fix it, probably hour,
Right.
2 hours maybe.
Right.
But we couldn't get the original part, the original one, so we had to go to a different brand.
Okay.
This pump, or this
Motor?
motor, is the exact same thing we've got there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That way, there's no modification or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So,
No? Any questions for Terry on that?
No?
No, but I say we get it
Yeah.
myself.
I have a
agree.
question. So do we need a motion for the VFD and then in addition to the pump? I have 2 different numbers written down, so I
Well,
just,
the VFD is in.
okay,
We had to get it.
We've already got that, it's installed, it's operational.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just probably part of the maintenance of equipment, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The only thing is if, because it wasn't an expected expense, you all might make a motion that if it causes the repairs and maintenance to go over, that you are okay with approving, or with amending the budget. Just because at the beginning of the season, it's hard to get,
You never know.
you know, something
Yeah.
breaks down
Right.
and they've already used it, then we have to wait for a meeting or call a special call. So if you approve it now, then it would help, you know, when I go to amend, I'm comfortable amending if you all have already approved it.
Well, let's start with that. Do we get a motion to
I'll
amend
make
the
a
budget?
I'll
Yeah.
second it.
Lyndall and Joyce? Anthony,
Yeah.
you in favor of that?
You need this back, Scotty? Okay.
All right, all in favor of that? Sounds like that moved. Then we don't really need a motion on that pump, do we, or the motor? It can just
Only
fall
if it
under the
goes
same?
over.
Okay. So we're good.
Good.
Thank you, Terry. Scotty, appreciate it.
you want us to have one? So we have, okay. Okay.
Which pump are you going with, just to be clear?
I assume we want the cheaper of the two.
Are they comparable, like they're the same? You would recommend the cheaper one? You want this, Sabrina? Yeah, thank you.
I'm seeing this one.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. I just want to make sure for my. Thanks.
Okay, and then there's the section about a truck. I did bring this before to try to get Terry a truck and for my budget, and it was turned down. He's been driving around a truck that has no AC, and you guys know how miserably hot it's been lately. And mind you, he hasn't complained much, did say he was gonna put a portable AC in the back so he could have cool down some. But I was contacted by Josh Embry, that he came across a truck at a good price with low mileage. And I had also talked with the mayor about it. I have money in my budget to reseal, and I know that's what it was for. But in this case, I can put the resealing off, but I don't have enough to pay for the whole truck. So I was hoping that maybe with him being LAC and being with tourism, that we could split the cost of the truck.
So,
Before y'all do that, this was turned down by the budget committee with the council. So I feel like even if you all make a motion, it still needs to go to
Yes.
the council because.
Yes. I was gonna take
They-
it to the council when
Yeah,
I got
I
their
didn't know,
approval.
because
Yeah.
this is first I'd heard
Yeah.
of it, so. But anyway, it probably does definitely need to go to the council before it
Yeah,
can
before
actually
the
be
final.
done, because
Yeah.
they did turn down a vehicle, because he has one to use.
right. So that price on this, in your notes here, that's the actual purchase price?
Correct.
$23,000. Okay.
So you've been driving with no AC during all these hot days?
Is it possible to get that repaired, or is it just? Okay.
If you need heat, you open the hood, open two valves, and you got heat.
Okay,
Air, you open the hood, close two valves, you got air.
all right. Yeah.
Nothing you hang on the hood, we can
So what exactly then, if we have to wait for the councils, what do we need to do? Anything we need to do today, or what?
We
I'm
would have to make
confused.
a motion to
Motion to
approve half of
approve.
it, and then they would, the budget committee of the council would approve or deny it.
Okay,
It would just be contingent on them.
Yeah.
okay.
So is there any discussion, or anyone want to make a motion to pay for half of that truck for Terry? Hearing none?
I guess, I mean,
The truck I have now belongs to Public Works. The truck he's driving now belongs to Public Works. It's an older model. It's probably the truck that he originally was driving. Yeah,
The
So
one with no air?
no, yeah.
in the budget committee, when they talked about the vehicle, they called Wes, and he said that he could continue to use it, and that's why they turned that down, because they thought.
I
there
don't
was
think they
a-
knew that it didn't have any AC or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, with him running around, he's been going to Firefighters Park and helping out over there in DeWitt, and,
Oh, it's been miserable, no doubt.
yeah.
I mean, can the AC actually be fixed other than how it's done now? Or, and what kind of shape the truck in otherwise? I guess my question would be,
That, I don't, I just know that there's no AC.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's functioning, but, I mean, the truck's functioning itself.
Right.
I just thought with this, when this came on the table, and I know that they turned it down, I just thought I would throw it out there. Now, mind you, he told me not to worry about it, but I think when you have a good employee, you need to take care of them.
I agree with that. I don't think that's our sentiment at all. I mean, if it
No,
can be
it's not.
repaired and
That's
he's,
not.
we definitely want you to be comfortable. It sounds like
Right.
they've made a workaround for now, so. Am I reading the room right, that we just want to maybe table this to
Yeah.
maybe next spring or summer, see where we're at?
Or maybe if city council were to change their
Yeah.
mind,
Right.
to revisit us paying
Yeah,
for
I
half.
think we need to wait and see what happens on
Yeah,
this
I agree.
first.
Because it's really not in our budget either, so.
Okay.
Okay. Did you have anything else for us, Tammy?
Do you all have any questions about the tournaments that we have?
I just want to make sure I'm following that right. So they were booking these tournaments and not hosting the tournament,
They would,
preventing others from having
They would not
tournaments.
get the teams, so that they would cancel. And right now, for the tournament this weekend, as of last week, there was a team at each level. Somebody
no.
gave me the information that I could go to the website and look how many teams have registered. So he only has 4 teams, but they're at different levels, so
They don't know.
when I messaged him last week, he said he's still expecting more teams to sign up, but in turnaround, we're holding,
The whole facility.
our facility's being held hostage, basically, because we can't rent it out because we've committed to him, but then he'll cancel on us, so then that means we've lost an opportunity. And I've been told, we may not have anybody knocking on our door, and the reason we're not is because they go to those websites and they see that, oh, that's booked, that's booked, that's booked, that booked. They're not gonna call us if it's booked.
Right.
So, in talking to other departments, in KRPS, they have said that what they do is they've limited them. They're allowed to book 2. A
So that's
month.
common practice in other.
Yes,
Okay.
2 a month, so it's not monopolizing the entire field. And then also, I've been corresponding with Bowling Green, because I know that their prices are a little bit different, but they charge $100 deposit per facility for you to register. So let's say he booked 8 tournaments, that means he would have to, and he reserved both softball and baseball, he would have to give me $1,600 in checks to reserve those fields. And if he canceled on us, that is non-refundable. However, if the weather calls to cancel, then we can refund it that way. But if he canceled for any other reason, then that money is non-refundable.
forfeited.
So at least we're acquiring something for the loss that we made for not being able to hold a tournament. Does that make sense?
Makes
Yeah.
perfect
Right.
sense to me.
Yes.
I feel like we talked about this last year, increasing
Seems
the
like it was
deposit.
talked about.
because
Yeah.
he-
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure.
Yeah,
So,
so,
sounds like we just maybe need to update our policy in general on that.
yeah. So I've kind of, Lori and I had talked about it back and forth a few times. And I kind of, we're gonna more enforce it now that, so when he reserves it, it does state on there that he's required to pay $100 per
Sure.
complex. So we're just gonna basically more enforce it. That way, I feel like if he has the money invested, he may push more forward to having it versus losing out on that
And
$100.
that's not just him, it's anyone that wants
It's
to host it.
anyone,
Yeah, to
it's
be clear.
anyone. Several, I've had even the 2 local that booked it, called me up to book it, and then turned around and canceled it.
Hmm.
So I feel if you don't have a commitment or a horse in the race, that it's
Changes
easy to
things.
back out.
Yeah.
So are you doing per complex? Isn't it per field right now?
It's $100 per complex deposit,
Gotcha.
but payment's $100.
It's still gonna be-
$150 a field.
So he's
yes.
still gonna have to pay that per field?
Per
The
field.
deposit is, okay, gotcha.
The deposit is just $100 that he will not get back.
So you won't actually put it, assign that to him until you get the $100, is that
Correct.
correct? Yeah.
It's just basically what we do at the pavilion at Bevel. If you don't come in and pay the deposit on it or pay to rent it, then we can't
haven't
hold it
rented
for
it.
you.
Right.
Right.
They just call you up and tell you that they want it, you won't hold
Yeah.
it until you get a deposit, correct? Gotcha.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, that's good.
Tammy, what about the special needs thing? Did you ever get to participate in that? Or?
Christie had sent out a letter to all the parents that were participating, and we talked about maybe just having a wiffle ball tournament with them. And a lot of them corresponded back and it said that they were really excited to do that. So that's where I stand. Christie, I put her in charge of that one, so I think that's what we're planning on doing, is just hosting a wiffle ball tournament and having other teams play them.
That'd be fun. About how many did you have registered for that?
I
You
think
remember?
there was only around 11,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Are you planning on having that sometimes this fall, or?
That is our goal, possibly, you know, after the fall ball ends. I think that we're planning on doing it then.
Great.
It'd be fun. Okay, what else do you have, Tammy? Is this
And then I
something-
have, I'm excited about Food Truck Friday. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. I saw a session on it at the KRPS conference a couple of years ago. Then East Main started up, and then Clarkson announced that they were going to do one this year, and that ended up not happening. So I reached out to them and let them know what my idea was. I didn't want them to think that I was stealing their thunder. And I picked Elsa's brain on it also. But I thought it would be a great event to have in Upper Bevel Park, Food Truck Friday. It would be the first Friday of the month. We'll start in October, and we'll just try it this fall, but we'll take a break because nobody wants to come out when it's really cold and get food. But so it will start back up maybe in February, March, but stop when East Main starts up. But it would just be something to kind of keep the momentum going.
Oh, I think it's a good idea.
And it will be like from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. and maybe eventually turn it into a family fun night at the park, maybe a movie at the park. Just kind of add to it a little bit here and there, not make it, the same thing over and over again.
How many food vendors do you think or hope that you could get?
Well, I have a list. But I know that there's 3 already who've responded back to me that are really interested. So, I mean, that's a good start to me, at least.
So you're
getting 3.
hoping to have 2 or 3 at a time?
I'm hoping to have maybe 5 or
Oh,
6 at a time.
okay.
I'd really like, because it gives you a nice variety.
Variety, right.
So, and maybe one time have like invite out-of-town trucks like White Castle and Chick-fil-A and the pretzel place, but I know they have like a regular routine, so it would have to be something far in advance. But I thought that'd be kind of nice just to,
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have
Neat idea.
some great food trucks. that
No,
are
we do.
gonna-
yes,
yeah,
we have a lot
absolutely.
local ones, so
Yes.
I don't want to step on their toes. I'd rather keep it local as much as
No,
I
I would
possibly
too.
can.
I agree.
Well, I think that's a good idea, Tammy. I hope it works for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. All right, anything else, Tammy?
That is it.
All right, thank you for your good work.
Thank you.
Elsa, I'll let you keep running
Okay,
with it.
Mountain Workshop, this is the program that we had earlier in the year where over 30 local residents were highlighted. We're going to have that revealing on October 26th, and we're waiting for the books to come in because we sponsored the books.
Yeah.
The funds to put on that event, I think, would be under $2,000, and it would come from special event expenses, but that's for the 30 easels to put the pictures on, the books, refreshments. I'll keep you guys posted on what the final number is.
Okay, thank
Be neat.
you.
Kentucky State Fair is complete, and I think it was very, very successful, very busy, hot. Thank you to those who volunteered. We toured that down yesterday and set up our spot at the county fair.
Great.
I don't have anything else for old business.
It may have been hot outside, but it wasn't
No,
hot
it
where
wasn't
we
hot
were.
inside.
Nice
hot
and cool
inside.
inside.
No.
Any other old business? Not, we'll move on to new business.
Okay, Chamber Annual Dinner is September 27th. Right now, I have all chairs filled unless someone on the commission changes their mind that had said they were not able to attend, let me know, and we will make sure you get a chair. Clarkson Honey Fest is September 28th through the 30th, and we will have some involvement in that. I'll let you guys know what we will be doing. Halloween Safe Spot is the 31st, and Tammy and I always share a booth there. Joyce comes out and works, and Tammy and Christy, so we'll have lots of candy to give to the kiddos. Light Up the Park is Friday, December 1st. We will do the event inside the pavilion as always, and then Tammy will do the displays outside of the building. The very next morning is the parade, and then the afternoon on the 2nd is Christmas on the Square. The Chamber, Tourism, and Parks and Rec are all on that committee, and County Tourism. So we'll have vendors, food trucks, singers, Santa. It'll be a great event.
Am I wrong? I thought there was Scare on the Square this year.
There
that
is
not-
Scare on the Square this year, and
Okay.
that is on Friday, the 13th.
Ooh. Okay.
There is. The next thing I have is executive session.
Okay. We
We
need a
will need a
motion to enter executive session.
Second.
Linda? Anthony, second. All right. Guess we'll head over to the Ready? All right, we're back. We need a motion to exit executive session.
So moved.
Anthony, need a second?
I second it.
Joyce? All right. Lori, would you care to read?
Okay.
The
During
motion that we-
executive session, we talked about some personnel stuff. The KRS, just for record, I have it here, because we're supposed to state that, is KRS 618101, and I'm thinking personnel is F. So in executive session, we talked about the new authorized classes and the pay grades. And the commission was in agreement to go ahead and adopt those. So we will just need a motion to approve or to accept the authorized classes and pay grades.
Can I get a formal or?
I'm going to make the motion
Thank
on
you.
that.
I second.
Indeed. Yes.
Second. All in favor, with sign of aye?
Aye.
All right, so moved. Thank you, Lori.
You're welcome.
That is all I have.
That is it. All right, well,
We sure missed the
Anything
ones
else?
that couldn't be here this morning.
yeah, I know. All right, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Anthony? Need a
I second it.
Joyce, second. Lyndall, you in favor of that?
I'm in favor.
All right, me too.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
Appreciate it.